Howdy, Cowboys Nation. Your like and subscription to this video are essential for us. Please consider it. Thank you for your kindness. Amidst rumors of a potential dismissal after the Cowboys' unexpected defeat by the Green Bay Packers in the NFL playoffs wildcard round, the franchise, led by owner Jerry Jones, has issued an official statement confirming Mike McCarthy will continue as head coach for a fifth season. In a statement made on Wednesday, January 17, Jerry Jones expressed, "I am convinced that our team is poised for greatness, and the decision to keep Mike McCarthy as our leader is crucial for reaching our ultimate goals." He continued, "The progress we've made under Mike's mentorship is incredibly valuable. His method of leadership has led to significant achievements this season, including the growth of individual players and the overall strengthening of the team." Holding the record for the most regular season wins among Cowboys head coaches, in partnership with him, to translating that into reaching our postseason goals. Certainly, Mike's career has demonstrated postseason success at a high level, and we have great confidence that can continue. Jones concludes, McCarthy's employment situation was uncertain following a third straight year, where Dallas achieved 12 wins in the regular season but faced elimination before reaching the conference championship game. The Cowboys have not progressed to the NFC Championship game since 1995, marking the third longest absence in the NFC. Additionally, their record of 13 playoff showings without a conference championship game appearance since 1970 is unprecedented. As the head coach of the Cowboys, McCarthy's postseason record currently stands at 1-3. Maintaining stability is logical, yet the issue lies in the fact that the Cowboys aren't merely aiming for playoff spots. Their sights are set on Super Bowls. As Machota points out, at 81, Jerry Jones is undoubtedly eager to see his franchise clinch a Super Bowl victory sooner rather than later. Under McCarthy's supervision, there has been minimal evidence to suggest that this ambition is close to being realized. Considering the abundance of prominent coaches in the market such as Bill Belichick, Mike Vrabel, Jim Harbaugh, and Pete Carroll, it seems the Cowboys might be overlooking a significant chance to acquire a coach who could potentially steer them towards a Super Bowl victory. If any of those previously mentioned coaches were to guide a team to a Super Bowl victory in the upcoming season or shortly thereafter, it would undoubtedly lead the Cowboys to lament their choice to keep McCarthy on for another year. Although McCarthy's role is now stable, the Dallas Cowboys' path ahead remains unclear. The contract situation of quarterback Dak Prescott raises questions, and there's buzz around possible shifts within the coaching team. Notably, defensive coordinator Dan Quinn is reportedly drawing attention from various teams for a head coaching role. As things start to clear up, the focus is firmly on the Cowboys as they reassemble and gear up for the upcoming season. Emerging from a disheartening playoff defeat at the hands of the Green Bay Packers, the Dallas Cowboys are now pivoting their focus. In the midst of this, their defensive coordinator, Dan Quinn, is casting his gaze forward, gearing up for what could be his most significant head coach interview to date. Albert Breer, a renowned reporter covering the NFL across various platforms, has shared that Quinn is set to engage in a critical interview for the head coach role at the Seattle Seahawks this Thursday. Remarkably, this marks his fifth interview in the current week for similar top-tier coaching positions. His journey this week also includes interactions with the Washington Commanders, Carolina Panthers, Tennessee Titans, and the Los Angeles Chargers, each vying for his expertise. In the past two off-seasons, Dan Quinn has opted to remain with the Cowboys as their defensive coordinator, a decision that appears positive at first glance. However, it's reasonable to speculate whether Quinn has yet to receive an irresistible head coaching offer, given that he has turned down all opportunities. Quinn's outstanding management of Micah Parsons and the defense is noteworthy, but interestingly, every team that has entertained him as a head coaching prospect has ultimately allowed him to walk away. Considering the fact that Dan Quinn's performance with the Cowboys has waned in the latter part of the season, it would be a reasonable deduction to assume that all parties involved might be inclined to explore different paths. The situation isn't favoring Quinn, especially given that his recent performance was among his least impressive and his unit showed increasing signs of struggle as the season progressed. While it wouldn't be just or rational to focus solely on Dan Quinn's last 7 games, their significance can't be ignored and may end up being the most impactful factor. A major factor in Dan Quinn's success at generating turnovers with the Cowboys is the caliber of defensive talent at his disposal, notably Micah Parsons. Other teams lacking such a pivotal player in their lineup might not reap the same benefits under Quinn's guidance, making it plausible that each team could ultimately decide against hiring him. On Wednesday, ESPN's Dan Graziano forecasted the future head coaches for every NFL team currently with an open position. Interestingly, in his predictions, Quinn wasn't chosen for any of the roles. For those intrigued, Graziano speculated that Mike Vrabel would be taking over the coaching duties for the Seattle team. In the matchup against the Packers, Lamb delivered impressive statistics, securing 9 receptions for a total of 110 yards. However, the bulk of this performance occurred during a period when the Cowboys were significantly trailing, prompting a shift to an urgent catch-up strategy. In the initial half of the game, Lamb's contribution was limited to a solitary catch, which notably took place shortly before the 2-minute warning of the second quarter. Lamb was targeted a total of 18 times throughout the game. In the initial half, he received 5 of those targets, but managed to complete just 1 catch. It was evident that he and Prescott were not in harmony, as they appeared visibly frustrated with each other's performance. One notable instance was a pass that Lamb failed to catch, despite it landing squarely in his hands. Additionally, there was a moment where Prescott's throw significantly overshot its mark. Lamb was the target when Packers safety Darnell Savage intercepted a pass from Prescott, leading to a touchdown that pushed the score to 27-0 near the end of the second quarter. Lamb admitted a few missteps. Usually, those are passes we complete. Both of us could have done better. Their struggle to connect during the game was highlighted by Burkhardt's comment on the broadcast about the tension between Prescott and Lamb. When asked about the loss, Lamb stated, "It still feels the same. We lost." Describing his feelings, he said, "Awful. I hoped we'd be competing next week, but that's not the case." On his slow start and late first catch, Lamb commented, "It was challenging, really tough." The Dallas Cowboys have confirmed the addition of 8 players through reserve/future contracts, marking the team's initial steps following their playoff exit at the hands of the Green Bay Packers. Among those securing new agreements are receivers Jalen Moreno-Cropper and Racey McMath. McMath was added to the Cowboys' practice squad just before the NFL playoffs. Dallas also secured reserve contracts for several players, including tackle Earl Bostic, cornerback Josh Butler, tight end Princeton Fant, linebacker Buddy Johnson, edge defender Durrell Johnson, and defensive back Sheldrick Redwine. The term futures contracts is used because the player officially becomes a part of the contract only when the next league season begins. The significance of this distinction lies in the fact that the player's contract doesn't impact the current season's salary cap or roster limit. We value your feedback. Please subscribe and leave your opinion in the comments. Thank you for watching.